Hello everyone, welcome to my channel update that is celebrating my over 9,000 subscribers.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
Now what I mean by over 9,000 subscribers is I'm about to hit 10,000 subscribers. The way YouTube works is it rounds up, so at 9,500 it will round up to 10,000. And so I'm really excited about this. I'm ecstatic. I can't believe that my channel has grown this big. And it's certainly something we're celebrating, and I'm really appreciative of everyone subscribing and making this channel successful. But it's also not nearly as much fun to say, oh, I've got 10,000 subscribers, as it is to say I have over 9,000.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
So for the purposes of this channel update, I've got a list. Because my channel updates have become more and more rare because there's less and less kind of benchmarks by which to judge the success of my channel. You know, I did one at my first 100 subscribers, then I did one at my first 1,000, then 2,000, and at that point it was like, okay, we'll wait for the larger benchmarks. Well, this is one of the larger ones in my opinion. So I got a lot to talk about because it's kind of been piling up. Now, you may have noticed that my videos have been slowing down a bit. There's actually a really good reason for that. Ever since I got back from Long Point, I've been just extremely busy. My HEMA club has actually been growing, and I got a lot more new people, and so I've got a lot of my focus shifting towards that. Along with that, all the clubs in my state are working to get together for kind of a fight camp, as it were, a good little workshop for us to try out sparring each other and learn some things, and really just good chance to kind of commune with our brothers in arms, as it were. And so I'm busy trying to help organize that. I've got my own club stuff. And then on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, over the next couple months, I'm going to have a bunch of travel in my future, as well as working on purchasing a new house as we get prepared to move. And anyone who's ever done that before knows that's quite an undertaking. And because of that, I think the videos are going to become less and less frequent for the next couple of months. I'm still going to try to get some good videos out to you guys, and I'll explain that in a moment. I also wanted to make mention of the fact that I've actually got new lighting. This is actually thanks to, well, you the viewers. The ad revenue that I've gotten, I made the statement at the very beginning of the channel that any ad revenue I got, I would put right back into the channel. In some cases, I have done that just by purchasing a sword and doing a review of it. But one of the things I also wanted to do was get better equipment so I can have better production value. I'm testing this out. I don't know exactly how this will look in the end product of the video, but I hope that these lights will actually make all my videos look better. So it's also worth noting that I'm doing this a little bit forward-looking, as again I'm moving to a new house in the next couple months, and with that will obviously become a change of venue and where I record, and I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do all that. So I'm trying to be a little bit flexible as I figure all of that out. One of the things that's been requested a lot of my channel, and I honestly haven't done it because there are so many good channels out there. You have obviously everyone knows Scholagrim. You have Lindy Beige, you have Matt Easton's channel, you have Metatron, you have you have I Am Shad, right, with his Shadiversity series. All these people who do really good kind of topical based videos, and people have asked me if I would do more topical based videos. The answer to that is going to be yes, I will, and in a couple different ways. One, I will actually start doing more conversational type videos. Ones, I would say, a lot more similar to what Matt Easton does, not nearly at his level of scholastic aptitude, but certainly just sitting down and talking about a certain topic that I think is of interest. And while I do that, it may not always be on the same lines as Arms and Armor or warfare, because when I like to talk about things, especially like history, I like to talk about societal things or specific events, and these may not always be warfare related. But I will try to do more and more topics on that, and on top of that, I'll probably do more and more topics on HEMA related topics, and speak a bit to just my thoughts on some common conversations that happen within the community at the time. So I'll be trying to get more of those out. I'm going to keep them under the heading of random rambling. I had that as a playlist. You can go check it out. And so if you're interested in any of my kind of conversational pieces, which I've done only very rarely, you'll find them there, and certainly I'll be trying to do more of them. That's based on viewer feedback. Most people just want to hear me talk, apparently. Don't know why. Some other things to talk about. I mentioned it in my video with Matt Easton, not the one that I have on my channel, but the one that was actually on Matt's channel. He talking to me about the future of this channel, and I spoke a bit about how I called it Medieval Review, and it was kind of meant a little bit tongue-in-cheek because I did want to do mostly product reviews, but I also wanted to be able to do kind of more general videos. And what I really meant by that at the time was I want to do documentaries. And documentaries not in the sense of what you might see on a really good BBC program or a good National Geographic program, because they have a big budget and they're able to do that. Relative to my budget, I've got a very small budget of about $0. So what I'll be able to do instead is I'll deep dive into certain interesting things from history, or certain topics, or certain overarching themes, and I'll try to do so in a documentary feel. Now, it's going to just be me. It's not like I'm going to be going around and interviewing a bunch of professors, of doctors of history, and museum curators. None of that. It's going to really just be me talking through my own research, and this is actually going to be very research driven. This is for my own purposes of learning a bit more and continuing to challenge myself to better understand history, because as much as I like to think I'm really good at it, obviously I'm not. And I also really want to focus more on being able to clearly articulate my thoughts and also the history itself, so that I'm getting things factually correct, which doesn't work so well in kind of the off-the-cuff style videos I have done in the past. So documentaries are going to be kind of on their way. I've got a couple already lined up, but I have to go through the process of creating them. And these are going to be the biggest undertakings I've ever done in terms of just the scale and time it will take to actually film and edit and all of that. A lot of effort will have to go into that. And so just want to make note that I'm going to be trying to do that to kind of supplement this channel with some more interesting things that aren't always just, hey, let me tell you how awesome this sword is. I know most people want that. That's why you're mostly subscribed to this channel. But I figured I'll give you some variety. Some other things that I wanted to speak to, and then I'll close out this channel update. Really more than anything is I'm going to be approaching how I do sword reviews a little bit differently. The core content and the way I present it isn't what's going to change, but there is going to be an edition. And I'm actually going to do a whole separate video on this edition that will be published shortly after this channel update. But I wanted to speak to certain aspects of swords that aren't really covered in my reviews today, and I think they give really interesting, good insight into the quality of a sword. I'm not going to spoil it, I'll leave it for the next video, but I just wanted to let you know, hey, that change is coming as well. And it's actually, the reason I'm noting that is because that change is actually going to result in, well, a little bit of a delay in me getting some more reviews out, because I'm holding off on doing weapon reviews until I can kind of figure out exactly how I'm going to implement and research and get all these certain aspects into my videos. So there will be yet another delay. So all this to say, hey, I hit over 9,000 subscribers.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
And it's also to say that there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown in the channel for the next couple of months, but once I'm through all the headache of buying a house and moving into it and setting it up and figuring out where I'm going to put my new armory, then we're going to see more videos come out. Certainly my hope. So until then, sit tight, enjoy the videos I am able to get out to you, and I hope that they're of the sufficiently high quality that you want to see out of this channel. Thank you again to all my subscribers. See you next time.